Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share some fall inspiration with you guys. This is literally one of my favorite seasons, especially since it's right before Christmas, literally my favorite holiday ever. But I did want to have an excuse to use these kind of like autumn colors. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, please keep on watching. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did my brows off camera, just because they do tend to take me a little longer, and I went ahead and put a primer all over my lids. I went ahead and used Soft Ochre from MAC. And for today's shadow palette, we are going to be using the Makeup Shack palette. This is the Rainforest palette. I have been super obsessed with this palette. Now for my first shadow, I'm going to start by taking off this little brown shade, and I'm going to start by focusing it mostly on my crease and elongating the eye. So I want to accentuate the eye a little bit, especially since we're going for a more of like a smoky vibe today, smoky glam. And just kind of follow the natural shape of like where your eye curves a little bit. Now, if you're like me, I like a really soft blend, especially for my crease color. So I'm just gonna take an empty blending brush. This is a 224 from MAC, and I'm just kind of gonna smooth out any of that transition towards the top. I'm not adding any more color. I just want it to look very kind of like smoked out. The color is gonna blend into my blush type of vibe. So next I'm gonna be taking this kind of like berry wine color from the palette. I'm gonna start by focusing it on the crease, and then I'm gonna go in with a shading brush and pack on the color on the lid. The only reason I'm doing this is so I know when I'm looking straight at you, I'm not taking the color too up. I'm just mainly taking it right where the crease would start for me, just so your smoky eye look doesn't look like, you know, it's up here. And again, I'm taking that empty brush and just kind of smoothing out the transition. And I think for a smoky eye, blending is literally key, only because you're literally putting a dark color all over your lid, so you want to make sure you're kind of like really focusing on the blending part. I'm taking that shader brush and that same kind of wine color and patting it on the lid. And this is the Luxie 213 eyeshadow brush, and it's just a fluffy kind of shader brush. Now I'm going to be taking that 217 from MAC again and focusing it right in between the crease. Now I want to intensify the shadow a little bit more, so I'm going to be taking on my finger this brown color and the berry color and kind of patting it on. And that's just going to create like a deeper wine color, I guess you could say. I just want it to look kind of smokier, especially since I plan on going in with like a glitter topper on top. Now I'm going to be taking these two orange shades, and the reason why I'm mixing them is because the lighter one's a little bright for the look I'm going for, but I do want there to be like some type of orange, especially since we're doing fall vibes today. And I want it to still be noticeable, and again, I'm kind of winging it out. Next, I'm going to be taking a glitter. This is from Inglot. This is, I think it's shade 68. It's like a reflective, kind of like bronzy, pink, gold, copper kind of color. I like something like this. So I'm going to start off by tapping it onto the lid, and I'm just going to apply it mainly where all the everything that's like the burgundy color tap it there. And I'm going to be taking a 275 brush from MAC. It's like a fluffy angled brush. This is nice for glitter because it'll still pick it up, but it won't make it super intense. And I just wet the brush a tiny bit, tapped it on, and I'm going to pat that on the lid. So it almost looks a little bit more pink than I had wanted, just because I wanted the gold to pop out more. So I'm gonna take the MAC Reflex glitter. Shout out to my friend Andrea for hooking me on. Literally, this glitter is bomb. If you are a glitter person and you want to, and you like to mix glitters, or you like to just enhance your look with like a fine glitter, this is really pretty for it. So I'm taking the Reflex in Pearl, I think it is. It's the silvery one. And I'm mixing a little bit more of that gloss glitter. And they're both kind of like that Reflex powdery sheen. I'm gonna mix a little bit more of, this is Bronze Reflex from MAC. So we're using 3 glitters. This is just to kind of make it look more fall-like. And if you like a more intense look, I just want it to look like it's there but not really. You can use them a little bit more wet, or you could use a glitter glue, but since I just want it to be kind of like I'm here but not really type of look, I'm just gonna go for the spray for now. I'm just gonna pat that on until my desired glitter look is there. Another thing you could do is, if you wanted to mix glitters, you could create like your little palette and just start pouring glitters all together. I just like to tap them on because sometimes it's just easier and a lot less work, to be honest. But this is what we have so far. So my goal was to make it look kind of like a wine color but still reflective enough where it looks gold. Next, I decided I want to do a small wing liner. So I'm going to be taking Dip Down from MAC. This is just a regular brown, like chocolatey brown liner. And I'm going to be taking a 210 brush from MAC as well. Some people prefer to do an angled brush for this. I prefer just this kind of simple brush, just because I feel like I have more control of the product, especially since we're doing, you know, a wing liner. So I like to take, I'm a person who likes to do the end first and then I like to bring it in. And I'm not gonna take it in all the way because I feel like it closes my eye a little bit. So I'm just going to do the outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and add some lashes, and then we'll work on the skin. Okay, so eyes and everything are done. I am pretty obsessed with how the glitter looks. Keep in mind I did mix 3 glitters and I will link them all below. But yeah, so after my moisturizer, I used the Ultra Facial Cream. I'm going to be using the Anastasia foundation today. This one is a little bit darker right now, but keep in mind I do use a lighter concealer, so it'll all kind of like flow together. And I'm just going to be taking it all over my skin. I'm starting off with a brush. I figured out the way to use this is I like to apply it with a brush and then kind of blend it out with a sponge. And as you guys can tell, this is literally pretty good coverage. It doesn't claim to be a full coverage, I don't think, but It does give pretty good coverage, especially for like a luminous finish foundation. I feel like a lot of those don't tend to give off a lot of coverage. I do build up the coverage, however, because I do have a lot of acne scarring, so I do like a full coverage on me personally. But it doesn't, even if you do a couple layers, it doesn't feel heavy whatsoever, and you don't feel it crease throughout the day, because I feel like that's normally the problem I have with a lot of foundations that aren't like technically a matte kind of finish. Like there's just not enough coverage, or if you build it up, you almost kind of feel the foundation more, and it just kind of creases on you, you know? I'm gonna take the Tarte Shape Tape. I know this is a matte one, but I do want this to wear a little bit longer, and it is one of the shades I have a lighter color in, especially because, like I said, this foundation's a little darker for me right now, so I do want it to kind of blend. And I'm going to be taking a Real Technique sponge today and pat that out. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but who else really likes these sponges way more than the beauty blenders? I mean, I just personally like them because I feel like they get so much bigger. Like, I don't know if the beauty blender, I just don't wet it enough or what. And I also feel like this one is just a tiny bit bouncier. Like, I don't know. I just prefer these, and honestly the price just, like, you could get a whole pack of 4 for literally the price of one beauty blender, and that to me is a ganga, especially when you use them so much. Okay, who else hates when foundation gets in their hair? Literally, like, it's literally happening on both sides here. This is when you know you wear too much makeup. And I like to kind of push it into my inner corners since we did do a smokier eye. Okay, now you guys know my little mom trick. I like to focus a little bit more concealer right in the inner parts of the eye, only because your girl has under eye bags and I am trying to get rid of them. Okay, so now that we have that all set, I'm gonna go ahead and use my KKW powder for under the eye. And the center. And for all over the face, I'm going to be using the Anastasia powder, which, can we literally just take a moment to talk about how big this is? Like, this is literally huge. Like, these are my MAC containers, and like, size difference, hello. And I've been using it about maybe 2 weeks now, and I do like it, especially because it has no flashbacks. Okay. And I'm gonna spray my skin. I'm gonna be taking the Anastasia AMREZY highlight. You guys know it's my favorite highlight ever. You guys know I'm a highlighter person. Highlighter queen. Okay, I'm literally the only queen of my house because, you know, I'm the only girl here, so I get to claim territory. Okay, so next I'm going to be taking the Anastasia contour kit. Hello. And I'm going to be taking the Morphe M437 brush. It looks like this, and I'm going to take it to do contouring. You guys have seen this in my last video, so we'll go ahead and zoom through this. Okay, so now that that is done, let's go ahead and finish off the bottom of the eyes. I'm going to be taking that 217 brush again, and I'm going to start off with that first brown shade we did. So because everything is so dark everywhere else, I'm going to be taking this shade from ColourPop. It's called Ladybird. It's literally so pretty. And again, I'm going to be taking one of those brushes from my last video. This is the Morphe one. I'm going to use a wet brush for this one. And you have to be a little bit like more patient with this product because since it is like almost like a cream-like powder shadow, you can pick up a lot when you go in with a wet brush, so you just kind of have to like push in the product until you get like just a tiny bit. And since we used that Pearl Reflect in the glitter earlier, this will go in perfectly because you'll have that kind of like champagne pop. If you wanted to do something more gold, you also could do that, but I want something that'll open up my eyes. And this is perfect because it has tiny little glitter particles in it as well. So this is the look so far. And I'm just gonna be taking some mascara. I'm gonna actually take my blending brush and just kind of push the product together just so it looks like softer, you know, like I didn't just throw some glitter in there. I'm gonna be taking that AMREZY highlighter again and wet the brush, and I'm gonna focus this product right underneath my brow. So it looks something like this. Now I'm gonna do my mascara. I'm taking the Extended Play from MAC. Okay guys, so this is my final look. I did go ahead and add a lipstick after the mascara. I went ahead and did a taupe from MAC. I also added stripped down liner. This is literally one of my holy grails. If for whatever reason you're kind of not into the brown undertones for lipstick, you can always do a nude. That would look really pretty with this. I just felt like since we were going for fall vibes today, this would be a good lip color, especially since I don't give it enough love. But yeah, I went ahead and added a little clip. I felt like the pearls were very fall vibes as well. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my video today, and I hope I was able to inspire you now that the fall season is coming in, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching.